With their loss away to Trabzonspor at the weekend, Galatasaray's lead at the summit of the Super League has been cut down to a singular point, with Fenerbahce and the aforementioned Trabzonspor breathing down their necks. Winning this game in hand will restore the more comfortable 4-point lead, but they are travelling to a side who have only lost once at home this season. Göztepe are currently on a 6-game unbeaten run at home, and with a win tonight, they can close the gap on 4th place Beşiktaş to 3 points as they dream of European football. The Gürsel Stadium is the setting for Göztepe versus Galatasaray in this rescheduled game from matchday 27 of the Super League. My name is Jez Vinelese and I will be your commentator for tonight's game. We'll start then with the lineups for both sides, starting with the home side Göztepe. Stanimir Stoylov has made 3 changes from the weekend's victory over Gençer Birliği. The captain Mateusz Liz remains in goal. A back 5 for the home side with Arda Okan Kurtulan playing the right wing back. Taha Altikardeş comes in to replace the suspended Malcolm Bokele. Heliton and Alan Godoy are the other 2 centre-halves, with Amin Cherny playing as the left wing back. 2 in midfield of Anthony Dennis and Novatus Miroshi, with Erfan Bekiroglu coming in for Antunes in the number 10 spot, and the 2 strikers of Yanderson and Juan coming in to replace Jay, who is on the bench for Göztepe. The rest of the bench for the home side is Öztürk, Kilic Arslan, Bayrak, Yildiz, Musa Mohamed, Krastev, Antunes, Gilherme, and of course Jay. For Galatasaray, of course, they lost at the weekend to Trabzonspor, and manager Okan Buruk has made 6 changes from that side that lost away in Trabzon. Uğurcan Çakır, Davinson Sanchez, Wilfried Zingo, Mario Lemina and the captain for today, Barış Alper Yılmaz, are the only players to keep their places in the starting lineup. Zasha Boe and Erin Elmali come in at right back and left back. İlkay Gundogan comes into midfield to replace Lucas Torreira. And the changes continue in the forward line with Roland Salai, Yasser Asprilla and Leroy Sané coming into the side, with Noah Lang, Mauro Icardi and Yunus Akgün dropping to the bench. Barış Alper Yılmaz will be the main threat up front for Galatasaray. On the bench then for the visitors, it's Güvenç in goal, with Jakobs, Ayhan, Gabriel Sara, Torreira, Renato Enhaga, Icardi, Akgün, Kutucu and Noah Lang. Kickoff is just a couple minutes away here from the Gürsel Aksel Stadium in Izmir. 20,000 seater stadium, expecting a fantastic occasion. As mentioned already, Göztepe are on a 6-game unbeaten run at home with 3 wins and 3 draws to their name. And manager Stanimir Stoylov has never beaten Okan Buruk in any of their 3 meetings in their history. Meanwhile, Galatasaray have won the last 8 straight Super League games against Göztepe, and will be looking to make it 9 in a row with victory tonight. This is, of course, a rescheduled game after Galatasaray's heroics in the Champions League, getting to the round of 16 against Liverpool. They rescheduled this to allow the side to have a bit more preparation time for those 2 legs. And this is the make-up game so that Galatasaray could maybe extend their lead to 4 points at the top. And they've been a good side on the road. They've won 9 out of 13 away games this season. The only team that has more away wins is a team trailing them in the table, Trabzonspor, with 10. Almost ready to go here from the Gürsel Aksel Stadium. The referee today is Alper Akarsu, his assistants Gökhan Barçin and Esat Sançaktar. The 4th official is Mele Aldemir, and the video assistant today is Sarper Barış Şaka, and his assistant is Murat Altan. almost ready to get things going. The players are lined up around about the halfway line. The Turkish national anthem is being belted out by all four sides of the ground. And the players break away to allow the two captains to meet up with the aforementioned Alper Akarsu in the middle. Barış Alper Yilmaz and Mateusz Lis are the captains today. And Barış Alper Yilmaz is going to be the key man for Galatasaray, again with the absence of Victor Osimhen, who returned to training this week, but he's only taking part in a few parts of training, still trying to nurse that arm injury back into full health. So Barış Alper Yilmaz will be the key man for the visitors, as he has the most assists for the side in all competitions and the fourth most goal contributions in the entire division, with 25 goals and assists to his name. He's also very reliable, played in all 42 matches that he was available for, whether that be starting the game or coming on as a substitute, which he has done so 7 times this season. Almost ready to go then, just waiting for the players to take their positions in the pitch. Göztepe are wearing their traditional yellow and red striped home shirts. Galatasaray are in their changed strip of all black this evening. Sasha Bowe, one of the changes, coming in at right back, with Abdülkerim Bardakçı suspended after getting sent off against Trabzonspor at the weekend. And as mentioned, Barış Alper Yilmaz has got 6 goals in the league this season, but assists has been where he's been the most dangerous. It will be Göztepe who will kick us off. They'll be kicking from right to left, as I see it from the commentary position. A quick look at the watch, and we are underway from Izmir with the ball back to the central centre-half, who plays it towards the near side, where Taha will chip it long down the line, looking for a flick on by Bekiroglu, but it's won back by Galatasaray. On the near side touchline, turned from Asprilla and poking forward towards Leroy Sané, but he loses out there. Recovers well though, does the German. And the near side touchline, Sasha Bowe will play it back to the Colombian centre-half, Davinson Sanchez, who plays a square ball across the side towards the far side of the pitch. In control now of Roland Salai, who looks to be operating as the 10 today. Coming in off the left, the front four really for Galatasaray can be very interchangeable. There's no out-and-out striker in this formation, but definitely a lot of attacking output selected by Okan Buruk. At the feet of Mateusz Lis at the moment, the goalkeeper for Ugurcan Çakır, the long ball forward from the Galatasaray keeper. It's headed away, picked up though by Asprilla, poked backwards by Sané to the near side. It's Bowe. Still on the near side touchline, he plays it back towards Asprilla, and back to goal. Sané couldn't get it out of his feet, and now a chance for Göztepe to come forward. A ball down the line from Juan, looking for his stripe partner Yanderson. Well cut across there by Wilfried Singo, and Sanchez will recycle things as the boos and the whistles hail down on the record champions of Turkey. Over to the far side of the pitch, where Wilfried Singo will play it infield. Here is Sanchez once more on the near side. Plays it forward, and shielding the ball is Bowe. Dribbling it away on the halfway line, has to play it backwards. And then out to the near side touchline, Sané brings it to a standstill. And again, back at the feet now of Davinson Sanchez. He looks for a long crossfield ball towards the far side. The run was made by Salah. It bounces inside the penalty area. He has a shot, a goal, and it is blocked off. Recovered though by the Hungarian Salah. Plays it back in field, Lemina. Over on the far side touchline with Salah. Played backwards by Eren Elmeli. And every single outfield player is inside the Göztepe half at the moment, with Davinson Sanchez on the edge of the centre circle. Plays it to the feet of Asprilla. It's a heavy touch though from the Colombian. Pokes it away from the defender. And now here is Elmeli out to the far side touchline. Salah. Elmeli continues his run towards the byline. Good defensive work there from Alan Godoy. And he will calmly deal with danger, but that's a loose ball. Salai went down. The referee saw nothing wrong with it, and eventually it is hoofed away by the Göztepe defence. Chested down on the halfway line by Yanderson. Poking it back into the centre circle. Here's Bekiroglu. And he will thread the ball forward. Here is Juan. On the near side, the overlap is being made. Cherny gets to the byline. Its cross comes in and it's put behind for a throw-in. The referee signals a throw-in on the near side for Göztepe. It was Zasha Boe that got across there and put his body on the line. Stanimir Stoylov getting a shot of the Bulgarian manager and his opposition number Okan Buruk, hoping to lead Galatasaray to their 4th straight league title. The sellout at the Gürsel Aksa Stadium, 20,000 in the ground today. It's going to be a long throw-in on this near side. Cherny is going to be the one to take it. It's a really long throw-in towards the penalty spot. The keeper came early, got a hand to it, and eventually they clear their lines. And a long ball pumped forward sees Yilmaz chase this for Galatasaray, bouncing in the Göztepe half. There's a bit of miscommunication there, and Zane couldn't take it away. Good defending from Anthony Dennis, the Nigerian midfielder, but he plays a loose ball out to the far side, and a sliding Salai wins it back. He gets tripped up on the far side touchline by Kurtulan, and that's going to be a free kick in a pretty dangerous position for the visitors. Arda Okan Kurtulan just chomping at the heels of Roland Salai, just looking back at the punch away from Uğurcan Shakir. Went up with Taha, the centre half from Göztepe. He got a strong punch on it, and that's turned the long throw in from Göztepe into a free kick situation for Galatasaray. Right on the far side touchline. It's going to be a left-footed taker of Zane. It's a thumping header into the bottom corner. Barış Alper Yilmaz inside 5 minutes. Not home. The opener for Galatasaray. The skipper standing in place of Victor Osimhen. Not home into the bottom right corner. And the league leaders asserting their dominance in Izmir. Göztepe 0, Galatasaray 1. It's a superb free kick from Leroy Zane. Whipped in beautifully on that left foot. And there's nothing that Mateusz Lich can do in the Göztepe goal. It's a perfect header from Barış Alper Yilmaz. Goal number 7 of the season. And Galatasaray have the lead inside 5 minutes. And this 20,000 strong crowd has gone into silence, apart from the travelling contingent from Istanbul. Long crossfield ball then to restart play for Göztepe. Picked up by Miroshi, played back towards Taha. He'll chip it over towards the far side where Heliton will knock it past Salai, and on the halfway line Heliton went down. Much to the dismay of the Galatasaray players, it is a free kick for the home side. Roland Salai, one of the 6 changes made by Okan Buruk. Play gets back underway on the near side with Armin Cherny, playing it long towards the striker. It's cleared away by Galatasaray. Played back into the feet of Taha. Long ball towards the near side, headed away by Lemina. Picked up now by Zane, and all of a sudden Asprilla can send Yilmaz in again here. Into the penalty area goes Barış Alper Yilmaz. Near side of the penalty area, chips it on. The overlapping run from Boe was there, but it was good defending in the end by Taha Altikardej. And it goes behind for a goal kick. Lively start this from Galatasaray. Boe making an underlapping run rather than the overlap to give his captain an option. But he couldn't quite get on the end of that one. It's going to be a goal kick, which the captain for Göztepe, Mateusz Lich, will direct towards the near side touchline. Up in the air from Sanchez. Singo went up for it as well, but loses out. Now here comes Göztepe with the ball in stride for Bekiroglu, but the flag goes up. It's going to be offside, I think against Juan, the number 9 for Göztepe. And Wilfred Singo, meanwhile, is down, clutching his head. So maybe the clash of heads, while Bekiroglu went for that header, and indeed Juan was in an offside position. And it is a correct decision from the assistant over on the far side. Singo is back up to his feet now, which is good to see, and play gets back underway. With the ball back to Ugurcan Shakir, who stood about 25 yards outside of his off his goal line rather. And he'll receive the ball once more from his centre-back Singo. No press being offered by Goztepe, so it's a low ball driven out to the far side touchline where El Mali will play back infield to Singo. And again, Shakir acting as a third centre-back almost. No pressure being applied by any of the Goztepe forwards. Allows Shakir to go long again out to the far side. El Mali in the Goztepe half. Plays it back again to Singo. It's recycle and repeat. It's a long switch of play though, bringing Zane into play on the near side. Right to the byline with Leroy Zane. Pulls it back for Boe, who chips it in first time into the middle. Headed clear by Heliton. And now Goztepe can turn defence into attack as the ball is played out by Juan, looking for the run of Yanderson over on the far side, but Singo, with good defensive coverage, deals with the danger. Has to concede the throw-in though over on the far side. And Yanderson is going to be the one to take it. He possesses an extremely long throw-in, does the Brazilian forward. And he stood level with the 18-yard box almost, over on that far side of the pitch. As Goztepe will load in the box here in the 10th minute of the game. Looking to get back on level terms after the Barış Alper Yilmaz header. Right arm is raised by Yanderson. And he strides into this one with a super long throw in onto the 6-yard box. Flicked on in the penalty area, but into the hands of Shakir. And he rolls it out quickly, looking to send Zane on his way. Driving down the right-hand side, Leroy Zane shifts onto his left foot, looks for the crossfield switch. It's going to be picked up by Salah on the far side of the penalty area. Into the box, Roland Salah goes for goal. Great save by the keeper, but the rebound is headed wide by Yasser Asprilla. He went up for it, the young Colombian, but he didn't get the right connection. But how quick was that counter-attack from Galatasaray? The ball from Zane was inch perfect out to Roland Salah on the opposite side of the pitch. Got there in the end and drove into the box from the top of the penalty area. Went for goal himself. It's a big save by Liege, but he palmed it straight up into the air. There was Asprilla about 3 yards from goal. Got a nudge in the back whilst doing so, but couldn't direct his header on target, and it will be a goal kick for Goztepe. Asprilla was still down whilst the replays were being shown, and he is still down inside the goal at the moment, which is a bit concerning for Okan Buruk. But there are plenty of options on the bench should Galatasaray need to make an early change, with the likes of Icardi, Yunus Akgün, Noah Lang. There's plenty of attacking options. Asprilla is still down inside the penalty area. He did get a little nudge in the back there from Heliton, or Alan Godoy make that, the other Brazilian centre-half. Whether that contributed to the injury, maybe he landed awkwardly there. Maybe he got his leg stuck in the ground. He's walking quite gingerly though, Yasser Asprilla, but he is up on his feet. He's being urged to the sideline, where the medical staff will continue to look at him. But for the moment, Galatasaray will be playing with 10 men as Mateusz Liege drives the goal kick towards the near side touchline, flicked on by Yanderson. Bouncing around inside the Galatasaray half. It's hooked towards the near side touchline again, kept in play by Yanderson. But there was Asha Boe to take the ball away, and he was fouled in the process. Free kick for the visitors, and Boe is still down, clutching the side of his head here. It was a nice little drag back from Zasha Boe. I think Yanderson's boot caught the side of Boe's head, but he's up very quickly. And we can carry on. Yasser Asprilla, meanwhile, is still not on the pitch yet. Whether that means he won't play any further part remains to be seen. Play is back underway as Davinson Sanchez will just wait to play the ball back to Ugurcan Shakir. And over it goes towards the far side with Wilfried Singo. And again at the feet of Uğurcan Çakır. The Göztepe players apply a press now, as Boe couldn't quite keep it under control on the near side touchline. Lemina has to slide and put it out of play for a throw-in on the near side for Göztepe. And once again, it's going to be Yanderson to take another extremely long throw-in. So the likes of Heliton and Alan Godoy are making their way forward to be on the end of this long throw. It's almost like a set piece when Yanderson takes this throw. Gives the signal and charges in for this long throw again towards the 6-yard box. It's a first touch from a Galatasaray player. Near side Zane will try and take it away, but he's lost out. Yanderson driving into the penalty area now, twisting and turning before losing the ball, and it's eventually cleared away. And now here come Galatasaray on a counter-attack. Long ball forward, chase on for Yilmaz, but Liz was straight out of his goal, and the keeper lofts it long and away and out for a throw-in deep into Galatasaray territory. Still no sign of Yasser Asprilla, incidentally, for Galatasaray, but now that the pictures come back, he is on the pitch and he looks to be okay. The young Colombian, 22 years old. Play continues now with a skied ball clearance from Singo, but it falls into the path of a Göztepe player, and Davinson Sanchez had to deal with the danger there. Gets it out to Zane. And Galatasaray launched the ball long, looking for Yilmaz, trying to win the header there. Good work from Heliton at the back for Göztepe. Poked on by Lemina. It was a poor clearance from Singo. Picked up by Yanderson. To the feet of Juan, who's trying to turn around the corner for Bekiroglu, but he gets it wrong. And it goes into the hands of Uğurcan Çakır, who goes long again. It's a really long throw towards Zane on the near side. He gets bundled over. No foul, but it's going to be a throw-in for the visitors. Off the toe of Taha, the centre-half. Long ball from Çakır again. Looking for the run of Yilmaz, splitting the defenders. Taken down, though, by Alan Godoy, the right-sided centre-half. Over on the far side of the pitch. He chips it long down the line, but there's no one in a legal position for Göztepe to pick up the ball. And it's chested down by Wilfried Singo. Plays it across to Davinson Sanchez. And back again to Singo, out to the far side touchline with Eren El Mali. Crossing over halfway before prodding it forward. Down goes the Galatasaray midfielder. İlkay Gündoğan went down, wins a free kick. The guilty party this time being Anthony Dennis, the Nigerian midfielder. Gündoğan just checking his face there. He might have been struck on the face by Anthony Dennis. But play continues on with that free kick. Played backwards towards Sanchez in a central position. Just about a couple paces away from the centre circle. Has to go backwards to his goalkeeper. And again, Uğurcan Çakır is not being pressed by any of the forward three of Göztepe. He's just allowing himself to inch further and further forward before playing the ball to the near side touchline, where Boe fizzes it back infield to his centre-half, Davinson Sanchez. And again, it seems Göztepe are not pressing the goalkeeper, but whenever the centre-backs have it, that's when they engage the press. Çakır will chip it forward, looking for Yilmaz. It's intercepted momentarily. It's a loose ball, though, from Gündoğan. Well recovered there on the far side by Eren El Mali. Back at the feet now of Singo. And over it goes again to İlkay Gündoğan. Plenty of noise being generated by the home fans, as you'd come to expect in a Turkish game. Loose ball there from Singo. Picked up by Juan. And Göztepe have numbers forward. There's a play over to the far side. Bekiroglu couldn't bring it down. And down goes Singo inside the penalty area. It's going to be a free kick. And the Göztepe players are a little bit off focus because they've taken it quickly. And driving forward is Asprilla. Has options right and left. Plays it to the right. It's behind Leroy Sané. But he picks it up, does the German. Just comes out of the penalty area now. Slows things up. And Asprilla will give it to the near side. Boe. And Zane and Boe just exchanging a couple of passes. Two former Bayern teammates. Now Gala teammates once more. Now here is Yasser Asprilla. Just almost the game coming almost to a standstill at the moment with Elmaly inside the centre circle, Lemina. And Galatasaray just happy to play it between themselves at the moment. That's a loose ball though from Davinson Sanchez. Good pressure from Juan. Puts it out for a throw-in on the near side, right in front of Stanimir Stoilov's technical area. 18 minutes gone here at the Gürsel Aksel Stadium. Still Göztepe 0, Galatasaray 1. Throwing is chested down by Juan on the near side. Flicked forward into the space. And a chance here for Kurtulan to drive in towards the penalty area. Has a shot, and it's brilliantly saved by Çakır. And he grabs the rebound at the second time of asking. A very, very quick opening there for Göztepe. And all of a sudden, Kurtulan was free at the top of the penalty area. He had his shot straight at the keeper. Firm hands from Uğurcan Çakır. And now Galatasaray will drive forward with Gündoğan. Sliding it through to Roland Salai. Low ball into the area, deflected. Comes back to Salai. Back heel through to Gündoğan. Drives to the byline. İlkay Gündoğan. His cross is deflected. And it goes in. He won't claim that one, İlkay Gündoğan. But Galatasaray will not care. It's a second goal for them in the 19th minute. I couldn't quite see who the deflection came off of. But Galatasaray fans will not care. It loops in over the top of Mateusz Lich. And it's Göztepe 0, Galatasaray 2. The champions asserting their dominance again. It's a great counter-attack led by Gündoğan himself, who slid it through to Roland Salai. His first time cross was blocked off by Alan Godoy. The back heel from Salai played it through to Gündoğan. It is Godoy who's trying to track back, gets his foot in the way, rediverts the ball over Mateusz Lich into the far post. Gündoğan certainly didn't mean that whatsoever. But as I said, he won't care. Galatasaray won't care. His skipper, Barış Alper Yılmaz, will not care. Because it's 2-0 to the champions. And play gets back underway with Göztepe playing it back towards their goalkeeper. On the edge of his penalty area, he will send it long, looking for Juan. A bit of shoulder barging there as Çakır will eventually come out and get there ahead of Yanderson. And he'll throw it out quickly to Eren Elmaly. Now with Gündoğan. Plays it back to Wilfried Singo. And again, Uğurcan Çakır allowed to come out of his penalty area. No press being offered once again by the Göztepe forwards. Çakır plays it across to Singo. Out to the far side at Elmaly again. He goes for the crossfield switch. Sanchez will chest it down on the near side. He's looking long, and he sends it long down the right-hand side channel, looking for the run of Yilmaz inside the penalty area. But there was Mateusz Lich quickly to meet his opposition captain. And he'll just drop it to the floor as Göztepe need to find their way back into this game quickly, or else Galatasaray, I fear, are going to run away with this game. Leroy Sané has it on the near side. Couldn't quite bring it under control. Dennis pokes it away. Now with Yanderson, plays it to the near side with Czerny. Driving down this near side touchline. It takes a touch off of Boe. It goes out of play for a throw-in on the near side. In a good advanced position again for Göztepe, and we know who's going to take this throw-in. It will be Yanderson once again, the Brazilian forward, 26 years old. He will come over again to the near side to send this as far as he possibly can. He has his right arm raised. He's getting some tips from the fans before he runs into this and sends it long into the heart of the penalty area. Good strong punch from Çakır, and it's cleared away by Galatasaray. And all of a sudden Yilmaz is up against Dennis over on the far side of the pitch, and he gets away from him, but it's a bit too far for him to get back on the end of it. And he runs out of road, out of play for a throw-in on the far side for Göztepe. Far side it will be Arda Okan Kurtulan to take it, and how different could this game be if he was there to finish that chance inside the box. Long throw in from Kurtulan down the far side channel. It's intercepted by Galatasaray and taken by Solay. Looking to get Yilmaz involved. He went down. The referee didn't see anything wrong with that. So Göztepe recover the ball. Inside the centre circle is a long chip forward from Miroshi out towards the far side, but it's overhit. Looking for Yanderson, who gives his applause for approval, but it was overhit. Now Barış Alper Yilmaz here is limping. The camera's just very quickly cut to him there. Looks to be in a bit of pain, but now the next casualty is Ugurcan Shakir, the goalkeeper for Galatasaray. He's come out to the edge of his D to receive some treatment. We're just having a look now at the chance for Kurtulan as he beat Salai to the ball, got into the box, went for the low strike, and it was Shakir's left leg that prevented Göztepe from getting level. And then now we're seeing a replay of the unfortunate own goal from Alan Godoy. İlkay Gündoğan has his apologies for Mateusz Lich. Nothing he could do about it. And unfortunately for Göztepe, it is still 2-0. His throw-in is taken by Galatasaray. A loose one though. Headed clear by Singo. Bouncing around on the far side. Godoy kept it in play, but only as far as Elmali, who will launch it long back into the Göztepe half. Taken down by Heliton, the number 5 for Göztepe. Here's Taha. And again with Heliton, plays it left-footed across to the near side. Taha has to go back to Lich. And he will send it long towards the centre circle. A stooping header from Davinson Sanchez gets it away from danger. Juan lets it run. He drives forward with this one. Trying to take it on past Elmali over on the far side. He still has it here, Juan. He went down. But again, the referee lets it go. Alper Akarsu. On the far side, Lemina turns away from danger, and Singo will clear his lines right on the halfway line with Alan Godoy. Now here's Novatus Miroshi from Tanzania. Plays to the near side. Cherny has to play it back to Taha, left-sided centre half, and back it goes to Mateusz Lich. 25 minutes gone. Göztepe 0, Galatasaray 2. Lich has all day to search for a ball forward. It's intended for Yanderson, but there was a nudge in the back from Juan, which the referee Alper Akarsu saw. And it's going to be a free kick for Galatasaray, about halfway inside their own half. Barış Alper Yilmaz and İlkay Gündoğan are the goal scorers for Galatasaray, although the Gündoğan goal will be an own goal off of Alan Godoy. Here with Ugurcan Shakir, he seems to be fine after receiving a bit of treatment on his left foot. Once again stood in between the two centre halves, no one pressing him in a red and yellow shirt. It's chipped forward by Shakir, intercepted by the home side, but taken down now by Asprilla onto the near side. Zane right on the touchline, plays it infield. Asprilla looked to give it back to the German, and he was fouled in the process. There was a late whistle there from the referee, but he was fouled, and it is going to be a free kick. Again, the dismay being heard from all four sides of the Gürsel Axel Stadium. A tremendous facility with the fans towering on top of the players. But it's going to be a free kick, and we already saw what Leroy Sané could do with a free kick with his left foot, drilled it perfectly onto the head of Barış Alper Yilmaz. He's standing over this on the near side. Gündoğan is also there, but Gündoğan takes it towards the near side with Asprilla. Tries to get Sané involved on the overlap, gets it back to Gündoğan instead. On the near side again, Asprilla tries to give and go with Sané. It takes a touch off of a Göztepe player, out of play for a throw-in. On the near side, Sané is just going to leave this for Sasha Boe to take it. And the Frenchman on loan from Bayern, on loan back at the club, takes a throw-in, gets it to Asprilla. Nice one-touch football here from Gala. Lemina on the touchline, whips it in towards the back post. Salai got a touch on it, He's going to bounce towards the corner flag over the far side. Godoy tries to use his body to win a free kick, and there was a little bit of afters there between himself and Roland Salai. And the referee, Alper Akarshu, just wants to have a word with them both. In the far side corner. He's just going to have a word instead with Roland Salai, maybe for a little nudge in the back of the big centre half for Goztepe. It is going to be a free kick for the home side in that far side corner. Long from the goalkeeper, looking for Juan, headed down by Sanchez. Nice flick from Gundogan. Brings El Mali into play over on the far side. He takes it beyond his man. He's driving towards the halfway line. Down he goes. The play continues with Lemina playing it into the centre of the park, and Zane is in acres of space, and he tries to poke it through to Asprilla, but the pass is wayward, and it's going to be collected by the goalkeeper Lish, who will then return it long, looking for Juan. Taken down by Miroshi, but a heavy touch there from the Tanzanian midfielder. And Galatasaray in their blackout kit have it in their possession in the central part of their half. Mario Lemina coming to a standstill once more. No pressure being applied from Bekiroglu as Lemina looks long, looking for Zane. Headed away by Taha, and on the turn, Dennis gives the ball away though for Goztepe. Sanchez plays it out to the far side. Eran Elmeli. Infielder goes again to Roland Salai. And Galatasaray happy to keep hold of the ball. Played back to Salai over the halfway line on the far side. Almost jogging with the ball. No real tempo from Gala at the moment. Goztepe happy to let them walk around with the ball. Half an hour gone at the Gürsel Aksel Stadium in Izmir. Still 2-0 is the scoreline to the league leaders. Shakir plays it to the feet of Gundogan. Good pressure this time from Goztepe, forcing the ball back. Near side, Boe passes it away, and Lemina turns it round the corner, and all of a sudden Zane has a lot of space through the middle of the pitch. He'll slide one through to Roland Salai, who's into the penalty area. Right-footed shot, curls it wide. Golden opportunity for a third, put wide by Roland Salai. Expert pass from Leroy Sané, driving through the centre of the pitch, and Salai had plenty of time to pick out the far corner. He could have even picked out another teammate, but he went for the curler towards the far corner, didn't get enough curl on it, and places it wide. Golden opportunity that for Galatasaray to treble the lead. And Salai is going to be regretting that one. Only one goal this season for Roland Salai in 24 appearances in the Super League. And before the goal kick, we're going to have a bit more treatment being applied. This is Arda Okan Kurtulan for Goztepe, being attended to by the medical staff. Couldn't quite see what the problematic area was for the right wing back. The stoppage in play gives a chance for everyone to regroup. Kurtulan goes over to the far side. The Galatasaray fans, they've travelled in good numbers from Istanbul. They're the ones making a lot of noise at the moment. Plays back underway on the near side, taken down by Cherny. Bekiroglu tries to dribble away from Boe. He's done pretty well there, the number 11 for Goztepe. He was fouled in the process. Free kick given. It's going to be on the near side. Asprilla is not really giving his distance, and the referee just making sure that he keeps his distance before Goztepe take the free kick. Out to the far side of the field. Played back over halfway. Godoy has a step away from Yilmaz. Plays it across to Heliton. And to the near side, it's Taha who has to turn back and go all the way to Lish. Yilmaz is going to apply a little bit of pressure before Lish goes long towards the near side. Headed away by Boe. And out to the near side touchline once more with Taha for Goztepe. Long searching ball with his right foot out to the far side. Kurtulan back on the pitch. Went up through with El Mali. wins the throw-in over on the far side. And he's going to take this one himself by the looks of it. He went to Jandersson, said, leave this one, I can take a long throw-in myself. So Göztepe will pack the box again. Plenty of height in that Göztepe defence, as Kurtulan will stride into this. It's a long throw and it's a flat one, headed out only as far as Bekiroglu. Played to the near side, first time ball chipped into the area by Juan, but out comes Ugurcan Çakır to comfortably claim that. And play gets back underway with a roll out to Sanchez with a Trivela pass out to the near side. For Lasha Boe, sliding challenge from Jandersson goes undetected. And now here's Lemina, plays it out to the far side with Elmaly. Playing a couple 1-2s with Wilfried Singo. And now with Ugurcan Çakır again. Here is Davinson Sanchez. Shifts it back to Çakır. Near side, Boe plays it down the line. Zane will flick it into space, but it's picked up by Bekiroglu. Pokes it out to the near side. It fizzed into the chest of Czerny. Couldn't bring it down. And Boe will recycle with it for Galatasaray. Zane picks it up on the turn. Lovely ball through to Gundogan, and he'll feed Barış Alper Yilmaz, but it's overhit. And Lich was off his line to pick up the ball. Gundogan raises his arm in apology, as Göztepe will continue with the ball. It's a loose pass there, though, from Anthony Dennis. Here is Lemina. First time ball back to Sanchez, and Lemina will act as a sweeper here. The Gabonese midfielder. Shift out towards the far side. Singo plays it back to Çakır, who's been pressed pretty hard there by Bekiroglu. Out it goes to the far side again. Wilfried Singo. Back in field, Mario Lemina, dropping very deep to pick up the ball. The man wearing the number 99 for Galatasaray. He plays a loose ball though, and now all of a sudden Miroshi shrugs off one challenge, but he'll win the free kick anyway, because the tug back from Gundogan was deemed a bit too much in the eyes of Alper Arkuşu. So a free kick for Göztepe, their first real dangerous set piece of the game here. If we're excluding those long throws, Galatasaray have formed a very high line on the edge of the penalty area. Göztepe fans have got their phone flashlights out to encourage their side. It's going to be Bekiroglu behind this free kick. He'll play it short to the near side. It's Czerny. Instead, he will chip it in towards the back post. It's a free header back across goal, but it's a weak header from Jandersson and into the hands of Çakır, who drops it out for Boe to run onto on the near side. Has Zane ahead of him for support. Here is Leroy Zane right on the near side touchline. Goes for a long ball forward, looking for the run of Gundogan, and he found him, but the touch let him down. And Göztepe are there to clear up the danger. The passing range of Leroy Zane today has been superb as we hit the final 9 or so minutes of this first half. Long ball down the line is going to be rolled out of play for a throw-in for Galatasaray on the near side, and Stanimir Stoylov is wondering what he can change for his Göztepe side to get back into this game. Ugurcan Çakır will play it across to Singo. And Galatasaray again just happy to keep hold of the ball. Göztepe also happy to let them have it. Ugurcan Çakır stood right in the halfway point of the Galatasaray half with no red and yellow shirt coming towards him. He chips it out to the far side. Elmaly flicks it on to Salay. Goes on the underlap. Wanted the ball back, but the Hungarian opts to go backwards to Singo. And again at the feet of Ugurcan Çakır. Roland Salay occupying a more forward role today, with Boe occupying the right back slot. Salah's usually been playing right back for Galatasaray, but he's out on the left wing today. where he played for a long time for Hungary and for Freiburg. Free kick conceded by Singo in the Galatasaray half. And a replay of a moment now of where Barış Alper Yilmaz thought he could break away. He was kept in grasp though by Anthony Dennis. No foul was given for that occasion, but it is a free kick now for Göztepe. Towards the far side of the pitch, about 45-ish yards from goal. Efkan Bekiroglu has his right arm raised to take this free kick, and he's going to go directly into the box this time. Headed up, still in and around the penalty area. Bounces on the edge here for Juan. Laid off for the strike, but it's always rising from Jandersson. And it goes over the bar for a goal kick. Just having a look again at the fouls. One of which wasn't given for Barış Alper Yilmaz, but the other one was given for Göztepe. Goal kick which will be taken by Çakır. It will be long right into the opposition penalty area, and then one bounce through into the hands of Mateusz Lis. So goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Let's see if Lis will return the favour. He goes long again. This won't reach Çakır's goal. Instead it's towards the near side, flicked on by Bekiroglu to chase here for Juan on the far side, but it goes out of play for a goal kick. Well shielded out there by Sasha Boe for Galatasaray. Well, as mentioned at the top of the broadcast, a win for Galatasaray will see them regain that 4-point advantage at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, Salah's in here. Great save by Mateusz Lis. I think there was a flag for offside involved there, but the picture's cut straight to Roland Salah, who was through on goal after a long ball from Ugurcan Çakır. In fact, it was superb work from Barış Alper Yilmaz to shield the ball away. All the attention went to him. Salah raced on through, and he really should have scored there, actually. Good save from Mateusz Lis. And it is going to be a corner here for Galatasaray on the near side. Very quickly cut to that chance for Salah. Has two chances now for the Hungarian. It's going to be a corner in-swinger from Zane towards the back post. It's overhit, though, by the German. Salah was there at the back post. But it is out of play for a goal kick, which Lis will take quickly towards the near side. Chasing it is Bekiroglu, and Boe keeps it in on the near side touchline. Running in towards his own corner flag. Kept alive by Zane, but he plays a loose ball. Picked up by Dennis inside the penalty area. Chips it in towards the back post, but there's no one there in a yellow and red shirt. But it takes a nick off of Lemina. He didn't hear a call from his teammate Singo, and he concedes an unnecessary corner for Göztepe. The chip ball from the midfielder Dennis was going nowhere, and Lemina gets a touch on it, which he probably didn't need to do. Singo would have had it covered, or at least let it go out of play for a goal kick. But as it is, inside the final 3 minutes of the first half, an outswing corner from Bekiroglu towards the penalty spot, headed out to the edge of the area where Czerny will strike it, but it's wide of the target. Left-footed effort from the Frenchman was always curling wide, and it is a goal kick for the visitors. About 3 or so minutes to go then until the half-time whistle. Ugurcan Çakır will take this goal kick, and again he's taking a bit more time before going long with this one. Not as far as the previous one. It's flicked on by Elmali over on the far side. Headed back in field by Lemina, and a pass there from Gundogan put with a bit too much zip on it. Gets it away from Boe, and the throw-in is taken quickly by Göztepe. They'll win it back with another throw-in after the nick came off of Lemina. Long throw down the line by Miroshi. A chasing Jandersson up against Singo, who used his body enough, but Jandersson has been called for a free kick. It looked pretty soft there against the Brazilian forward. There was good bodywork between the two of them, and Singo went down pretty easily there. I think Jandersson has a good reason to be annoyed with that decision. But it is going to be a free kick near side. Just a couple of paces away from the penalty area for Galatasaray. Inside their own half, which Uğurcan Çakır will go long with, looking for Yilmaz. He got up there and nods it down to Zane on the near side. Plays it back to Davinson Sanchez. Under pressure from Jandersson. Has to get it all the way back to Çakır, and he chips it out first time out towards the far side. It's going to be headed out of play by Kurtulan. Salai was a target over there on the far side. And Eren Elmaly will take the throw in again towards Yilmaz. It's a loose one though, picked up by Alan Godoy. Chipping it down the line, but he chips it out of play. Does the centre half. And again, Eren Elmaly will take this throw in. Just shy of the halfway line, just inside his own half. Steps onto the halfway line now to take this throw in. Plays it down to Yilmaz, but he loses out there to Kurtulan, and he steps away from Elmaly. He'll drive forward with it. Arda Okan Kurtulan. It's a good sliding challenge there from Elmaly to put the ball out of play for a throw in. And another chance now for Göztepe. They take the throw in quickly. I thought they were going to load up another long throw in. Here is Dennis meanwhile, who puts a low ball into the area. It's not completely clear from Singo. Up inside the penalty area, flicked down by Juan, is intercepted by Asprilla, and Galatasaray could come away with it. With Leroy Zane on the near side, looking for another searching ball, but he gets it all wrong that time. And it will go harmlessly out of play for a throw-in in the final 30 seconds of the first 45. We'll wait to see how much added time there will be. Throw-in taken by Kurtulan over on the far side. Infield to Heliton, the central centre-back. He's going to ping one forward, left-footed, looking for the run of Juan. It's chested down by the striker. Flag stays down for now. Juan with a low ball in. The outstretched leg of Sanchez does well to disrupt the ball. We've got 3 added minutes to play at the end of this first 45. And Göztepe are trying to get back into the game on the stroke of half-time. Kurtulan plays a ball. It's too heavy, though, for Efkan Bekiroglu. And then he can only stand and watch that go out of play for a throw-in. Göztepe haven't been bad by all means in this first half. They've just not been clinical, it has to be said, with the few chances that they've had. Meanwhile, Galatasaray got the lead early and have looked imperious, as they usually do in the Turkish Super League. Yilmaz received a throw-in, went down, nothing given by the referee. He's still down over on the far side. Chipped forward by Godoy to the near side. Czerny up against Boe, trying to take it beyond the Frenchman. It takes a nick off of Zasha Boe. Did it? No, it did not. It took a while, the referee, to come to that decision, but he awards a throw-in for Galatasaray, and Barış Alper Yilmaz is limping again here. He went down under a challenge by Anthony Dennis, I believe, over on the far side, but he looks to be okay now as he is the recipient of the long throw-in. But it bounces out of play again for another near-side throw-in for Okan Buruk's side. We're into the second of the third added minute. Boe's throw back towards his own goal with Sanchez shifting it back to Çakır. First time clearance from the goalkeeper. Towards the halfway line, a stooping header clear by Heliton. It's bounced kindly here for Jandersson on the near side. He gets nudged in the back there by Davinson Sanchez, but the offside flag goes up against Jandersson. So it won't be a free kick for the Brazilian forward. And on the replay, it looks pretty clear-cut that he was indeed offside. So the foul wouldn't have mattered anyway, as we're into the final minutes of added time. Uğurcan Çakır will take this free kick. Long from the near side towards the centre of the pitch. Headed away by Goztepe, picked up by Lemina. Fizzed back forward by Singo, headed clear on the near side by Czerny. There's going to be a near side throw in for Zashaboe right in front of Stanimir Stoilov's technical area. It's a long throw down the line looking for Yilmaz. He couldn't quite gather it in stride, but he's won a throw in seemingly. Didn't see a flag raised by the assistant. But the indication is it's a Galatasaray throw in. This should be the last action of the first half, and indeed it is. No time to take the throw in because that is the half-time whistle at the Gürsel Aksel Stadium. An early header from Barış Alper Yilmaz set Galatasaray on their way, and then a second via İlkay Gündoğan. His ball into the box, which was deflected off of Alan Godoy. It loops into the far corner. No chance for Mateusz Lich. Göztepe have had a chance or two here and there, but Galatasaray have asserted their dominance in Izmir. Half-time score is Göztepe 0, Galatasaray 2. Welcome back to the Gürsel Aksel Stadium in Izmir, where the half-time score between Göztepe and Galatasaray is 2-0 to the visitors. Goals from Barış Alper Yilmaz and an own goal from Alan Godoy via an İlkay Gündoğan cross. Here's what separates these two sides in this rescheduled fixture from match day 27 in the Süper Lig here in Turkey. My name is Jeswin Neliseri. I will be the commentator through the way to the end of the game. And we're just waiting for the Galatasaray players to emerge from the tunnel. They're right on cue. They are dressed in all black, returning from their dressing room to the pitch. The Göztepe players are already waiting for the visitors to come back out onto the pitch. And I don't see any changes as of yet, though I did see a couple players warming up for both sides in the centre of the pitch. For the moment, no changes being made by either side, so it's as you were for the start of this second half. Galatasaray will kick us off, kicking from right to left, as we see it here in the commentary position here in Izmir. The referee, Alper Akarsu, blows his whistle, and Gündoğan will kick it off back to his goalkeeper Çakır, who stood inside the halfway point of the Galatasaray half. He'll play it short to the near side with Singo. Back to Çakır again, who chips it towards the near side. Chested down by Elmeli on the halfway line. Near side plays it forward towards Salay. Cleared away by Göztepe. Hooked forward again and then headed clear again by the home side. Nodded down by Sanchez. And a loose touch there from Asprilla can give Bekiroglu the ball, looking for the run of Kurtulan. Intercepted well there by Roland Salay, doing his defensive duties. Elmeli will play it backwards to Singo inside his own penalty area, plays it to Lemina now. And now with İlkay Gündoğan, on paper it's an own goal, but we'll give him the credit for making it happen. He's still in possession with the ball, near side now with Singo, and with Eren Elmeli once more. Near side has to go back towards his own goal. Singo prods it into his own penalty area before launching it long. It's going to be intercepted with a stooping header by Taha, but Sanchez is there to clear up the danger. Now Zane on the turn, tugged back there by Taha. Pretty clear and obvious foul there from the 22-year-old Turk. Free kick for Galatasaray. No complaints from the number 4. As Leroy Sané instrumental in that first 45 minutes with plenty of crossfield balls. Of course, the assist for the opening goal of the game. Good work there from Lemina to turn the ball away from danger. 3 Göztepe players were pressing him, but striding forward now is Sanchez with the ball. Out to the far side touchline, it's Boe. Infield comes Zane. It's a really poor pass though from Leroy Sané, just singing his praises for his distribution. That was a very lazy ball from the former Bayern Munich man. Throw in for Göztepe, chipped forward by Alan Godoy, intercepted by Galatasaray though. On the turn, Gündoğan looks out towards the far side, plays it short now to Zane. Onwards from Boe. And Galatasaray just happy to keep the ball for the moment. Zane shaped to chip the ball forward, instead plays it back across to Sanchez, who goes square to his centre-half partner Singo. Near side Roland Salay in almost a left-back position with Elmeli a bit further forward at the moment. On the turn, Gündoğan plays it to Salay again near side. Plays it back down the line to Singo, and he's going to go back towards Uğurcan Çakır. Under a bit of pressure there. Had to stab it forward to Lemina. And Gündoğan will play it out wide. Striding forward over halfway is Sanchez. Plenty of space for Zane in the middle of the park. Driving forward with it. Sliding one through towards Salay, but it's overhit again by Leroy Sané. And into the arms of Lich, who drop kicks the ball long, looking for the run of Juan. Again, chested down though by Sanchez. Good work from the Colombian so far for Galatasaray. Here is Gundogan. Has El Mali for support, near side of the centre circle, prods it out towards the near side touchline. Right in front of Okan Buruk is where Soloy is loitering with the ball before playing it backwards to Gundogan. And Gundogan inside the centre circle to Lemina. Goztepe happy to let Galatasaray keep hold of the ball. Long crossfield ball out towards the far side from Gundogan. Taken down by Esprilla. Infield to Boe, back with Yasser Esprilla. Looking for the run by Yilmaz. It's intercepted by Goztepe, and maybe they can turn defence into attack here. Here is Anthony Dennis standing on the ball. Slowing things down ever so slightly from a Goztepe point of view. Godoy drives into the centre circle. Going over towards the far side of the pitch now. Here's Taha. Out on the touchline, it's Czerny. Brings Yanderson into play. Make that Miroshi. Low ball in from him towards the edge of the D. Sliding challenge is cleared away by Boe. Only as far as Czerny. Now again with Miroshi. Left-footed cross in towards the penalty area. And into the corner. A thumping header from Juan. The perfect start to the second half for Goztepe. A thumping header from Goztepe's top scorer in the Super League. And they found a way back into the game against the league leaders. 50th minute, it's Goztepe 1, Galatasaray 2. It was a lovely ball in from the far side from Miroshi, similar to the Zane free kick, right on the money, on the head of Juan. And again, just like in the first half where Liz was rooted to the spot, Shakir can only watch as it glances into the bottom corner. And all of a sudden the atmosphere is turned up a notch here at the Gürsel Axel Stadium. 2-1 is the score. Official confirmation from the referee after there was a slight VAR check, but there was nothing wrong with it. Play is back underway. Goztepe well and truly back in the game. And they're very feisty for the ball as well. Back he goes towards Shakir under a lot of pressure. He had to clear that away, but it's straight to a man in a red and yellow striped shirt. Anthony Dennis pokes it out to Taha. Chip forward looking for the run of Czerny. Couldn't quite bring it down though, the Frenchman, and back it goes to Wilfred Singo. Chip forward by Sanchez. Intercepted though by Miroshi, the provider. And it will go out of play for a throw-in. Right start from Goztepe in this second 45, and it's just what they needed against a side like Galatasaray, and they're putting all sorts of pressure on Davinson Sanchez, and that ball didn't stay in play there from Sasha Boe. And all of a sudden, Okan Buruk's side are under a lot of immense pressure from Stanimir Stoilov's team. Throw in right near the corner flag. You know who's going to take this one for the home side. Yanderson drying the ball, trying to get as much grip as he possibly can on this as he looks to send this one into the penalty area. He strides into this. It's a flatter one. It's flicked on at the near post by Juan. There's no one there at the back post to tap it home. El Mali will pick it up on the near side for Galatasaray. Long crossfield switch looking for the run of Zane. He's going to bounce here for Bekiroglu. Back to the goalkeeper who chips it over Zane's head. And Goztepe come away with it. Dennis chips it forward. The flag stays down for the moment as Shakir races out to meet the ball and clear his lines. Galatasaray under immense pressure at the start of this second half. Lemina plays it to the near side. Gundogan to the touchline now. El Mali has Salah ahead of him. Plays it backwards instead to Gundogan. Driving forward, the veteran German midfielder. To the near side again with Roland Salah. Takes it beyond his man towards the byline. Left foot across into the middle. It's sliced up and into the hands of Liz momentarily, but he gets the second bite of the cherry and he'll clear his lines, sending Juan on his way. It's a vital touch there from Singo. Out of play for a throw-in on the near side. Goztepe want to take it quickly, but Juan will leave it to get Yanderson involved. It was a bit of a heart-in-mouth moment there for the captain Liz. as he didn't grasp the ball at the first time of asking, but he grabbed hold of it at the second time of asking. Now another throw-in on the near side, which Yanderson has come over to take, waiting for all of his threats to get into the middle. Heliton, Alan Godoy, they're going to be the targets here. Yanderson launches a long throw-in onto the penalty spot. He bounces on that area, but it's nodded wide. It looks like Heliton was the man to get the final touch on it. It goes out of play for a goal kick. Galatasaray can breathe a sigh of relief almost. As the whistles and the boos rain down on Uğurcan Çakır's goal. He will send it long towards the near side. It's very long, in fact. It had to be nudged out of the way by Alan Godoy. Out for a throw-in on the near side. And that keeps the Göztepe attack at bay from a Galatasaray point of view. Near side with Elmaly. Plays it back to Singo. Now infield Lemina. Has to shift it all the way over to the far side of the pitch. Boe on the halfway line. Plays it infield Asprilla. Back to his compatriot Davinson Sanchez. Plays it forward. Now Barış Alper Yilmaz. Gets it to Boe. Played infield. It's a loose ball though from Sasha Boe. And Göztepe have it again. Miroshi couldn't play it to the feet of Juan. It's cleared away by Sanchez. But again, it's a loose one. Picked up by the home side. Now on the near side here with Yanderson. Shifts over onto his left foot. Yanderson chips it in towards the back post. Headed away by Boe inside the penalty area. Bouncing around on the edge of the penalty area now with Juan. And now here's Miroshi. Chip one in again towards the penalty spot. It's headed away by, I think that was Elmaly there, doing the defensive work. Danger still not completely clear as Elmaly will chip it forward. It's intercepted again. Dennis uses his body well on the near side. Plays it back to Kurtulan. Infield now with Miroshi. Long crossfield switch. Header in and it's tipped over the bar. What a save from Uğurcan Çakır. Tierney was coming in off the far side, completely unopposed. And what a golden opportunity for the leveller there for Göztepe. Vital save from Uğurcan Çakır. And Galatasaray are seriously under pressure as we hit the 57th minute of the game. Player's gone down with a touch of cramp here for Göztepe. Another look at that header. It was a brilliant save from Uğurcan Çakır. Brilliant reactions to make the save. Dennis it was who was down with cramp. The corner is an outswinger onto the penalty spot. It loops over the bar and it goes behind for a goal kick. Much to the disdain of the Göztepe players and fans. My goodness me, what a save from Uğurcan Çakır to deny the equaliser for Göztepe. It was a superb pass from Miroshi. Again looking to be the provider. Loose ball there from Elmaly, but he's going to get away with it because Asprilla was tripped up by Miroshi. Alper Akarsu, the referee, adamant in his decision. And Novatosh Miroshi is going to have to deal with it, unfortunately, from a Göztepe point of view. Now the cameras are all fixed on Uğurcan Çakır, and of course, why wouldn't they? Because I think without him, Göztepe might even be in front. If you think back to the save he made against Kurtulan in the first half when the score was still 1-0 to Galatasaray. Plays back underway now with Davinson Sanchez just strolling with the ball and coming to a standstill before playing it to Lemina, who plays the ball first time out towards the far side of the pitch. Boe plays it infield. The touch from Zane was off the mark, and all of a sudden space opens up here for a 3-on-2. Bekiroglu, can he pick the right pass? Sliding it through to Juan, who's in, plays it across, and it's gone wide. I don't believe it. Jandersson from point-blank range has somehow missed the target. It was a deft little ball over the top from Juan, and I cannot believe that Jandersson has missed from 2 yards out. Everyone in the stadium thought it was in, but he's put it wide. Unbelievable. Galatasaray are seriously hanging on for dear life at the moment. Göztepe should be level in this game. They really should be. That is a golden opportunity missed by Jandersson at the far post. And Okan Buruk is going to react with a couple changes. They'll be made momentarily as Göztepe continue with the ball on the far side of the pitch. Czerny plays it in field. Juan uses his body well. Goes down. Play continues. Bekiroglu on the edge of the area. Shifts onto the right foot and it's saved by Shakir. Down to his right hand side. And it goes behind for another corner. Boe had to tap it behind. But Göztepe are really knocking on the door now. And once again, Uğurcan Çakır makes himself the hero for Galatasaray at this moment in time. Bekiroglu there tried to curl one in towards the bottom left-hand corner. But there was Çakır to turn it away. And now a corner kick for Göztepe. It's going to be an outswinger from Czerny on the far side of the pitch. Left-footed outswinger. He gives the signal. It's going to be a curler in towards the near post. Headed up in the air by Singo. Not away from goal though. Headed now by Boe. Picked up by Bekiroglu. Chips it into the area. Headed away again by Wilfried Singo. And then further cleared by Zasha Boe to calm things down for Galatasaray. But they come forward again, Göztepe. Lemina uses body well. But Jandersson keeps hold of it. Czerny slides it on to Miroshi. Dennis, great move from Dennis. Down he goes after a foul by Roland Salah. That's going to be a free kick on the hour mark. Göztepe with all of the pressure in the second half. And I think now we're going to see those changes from Okan Buruk. I saw Gabriel Sara dressed and ready to come on. I think also Ismail Jakobs was also stripped and ready. So 2 pairs of fresh legs set to come on for Galatasaray. They're not on the pitch yet, incidentally, which is interesting, but now the signal from Alper Akarsu means we are going to see those changes now. And the first player to come off is Eren Elmali for Ismail Jakobs. So it's a straight swap at left back. The change that was made from the weekend hasn't quite panned out in the way that Okan Buruk would have liked. So Eren Elmali is going to come off. And in his place is Ismail Jakobs. And the change for Galatasaray, the second one, will see Yasser Asprilla come off to be replaced by Gabriel Sara, the Brazilian midfielder. He was injured for a while, had travelled with the team for the first time since picking up the injury, and is fit now again to get some minutes under his belt. He was injured in the first leg against Liverpool in the Champions League. But he's now back into the side. Free kick position here for Göztepe. Chipped in by Bekiroglu. Flicked on by Heliton, but it was always going wide from the big centre half. A poor header, really, from him. Just looking again at the brilliant save from Uğurcan Çakır to deny Czerny coming in, and then an absolute sitter from Jandersson. I still can't believe how he's put that wide from so close out. Will that be a pivotal moment in the game come full time? Liege has the ball in his hands for Göztepe, the goalkeeper. Skipper hasn't had anything to do really in this second half. It's been all Göztepe in the opening 18 minutes of this second half. Long ball then from the goalkeeper. Headed out by Davinson Sanchez. Picked up by Dennis. Shifted out to the far side. Czerny will whip it in towards the penalty area. Stooping header away again from Sanchez. Flicked back by Alain Godoy. To the feet of Helleton inside the centre circle. Played forward, but a sliding challenge from Lemina has won the ball back for Galatasaray. Fizzed back towards Boe, and again, Sanchez will play it across now to Ugurcan Shakir. Singo gets it back to the goalkeeper. And again, Göztepe are not putting any sort of pressure on the goalkeeper at the moment, allowing the Turkish international to chip it towards the near side. Jakobs will try and keep that in play, but Kurtulan gets there to it. Yanderson plays it infield. Heavy touch there from Bekiroglu, and he's lost out to Gundogan. That's a slice clearance, and it bounces off of Yanderson, diverted towards goal. I don't think anyone knew where that was going, but it flies over the bar. And all of a sudden, Galatasaray are looking really, really shaky here. The attempted clearance from Gundogan bounces off the foot of Bekiroglu rather than Yanderson, and it was no one knew where that was going to end up. It instead goes behind for a goal kick. And Ugurcan Shakir is going to enter the referee's book, I think. He stuttered in his goal kick, which caused a delay of the game, I think. The referee hasn't issued a yellow card, so maybe it's a warning for the goalkeeper to not do that again. He takes a little bit longer this time before kicking it long into the Göztepe half, taken down by Yilmaz. Trying to sidestep away from Heliton. Here is Salai on the far side. Back infield to Boe, and Sara with his first few touches of the ball. He did a dink one over looking for the run of Salai. It's intercepted. Sara went back up for it, but comes off worse. Here come Göztepe again. Dennis shifts it over to Miroshi. Sliding one out to the near side, but it's well intercepted. Well read by Jakobs. But his pass there gets away from Roland Salai. And it's out for another throw-in for Göztepe. Just having a look again at the clash of heads there between Sara and Miroshi. Nothing doing for the referee. Long throw down the line from Kurtulan. Kept in on the near side by Yanderson. Down the line to Juan. Just bouncing off a couple players, and Yanderson's continued his run. Shifted back onto his left foot. It bounces around inside the penalty area. Slice clearance away, only as far as Miroshi. Bekiroglu goes down on the edge of the penalty area, and he's won a free kick in a very promising position for Göztepe. The home side are asking the question of a yellow card for Davinson Sanchez, but Alper Akarsu is keeping his cards firmly in his pocket. Yet to book anyone today. As mentioned, this is a big opportunity now for Göztepe. It is definitely a shooting opportunity. It's right of the D as we look at it. So towards the near side of the pitch. We'll say it's about 25, 27 yards from goal. Definitely shooting range for one of Özkan Bekiroglu or Novotush Miroshi. Bekiroglu is the right footer and Miroshi is the left footer. Salai has been brought in as the draft excluder of the three-man Galatasaray wall. It's not one of the tallest walls I've ever seen, with Lemina, Sara and Barış Alper Yilmaz standing in it. The discussion is over. The referee has blown the whistle. Wait to see who takes it. It's going to be Bekiroglu, who goes for the far post, but it was always curling wide. It was an audacious attempt there from Özkan Bekiroglu, but it was drifting wide of the far post. Ugurcan Shakir flew towards it, kept his fists away from it, and on the edge of his own D, Lemina didn't quite get the ball away. Taken down by Czerny. And then Juan loses out, and Galatasaray can break away. And all of a sudden, it's a 3-on-3 situation if Gundogan plays it out right. Here is Salai on the near side. Plays the ball infield. Yilmaz made the underlapping run, but great defensive work by Godoy to clear his lines. Chested down by Singo. Loose ball, though, from the Ivorian. Taken down nicely by Miroshi, chipping it forward into the central region. Chested down by Czerny. And it will bobble on through to Zasha Boe, who is once again met with whistles and boos in this intimidating atmosphere in Izmir. Near side here with Ismail Jakobs. Infield now to Gundogan. Slowing things down, İlkay Gundogan, as he plays the ball out towards the far side. Sanchez out to the far side touchline. Boe has kept it in play. Over halfway, gets it to Yilmaz infield. On the far side touchline with Zane, he sends it down the line and Yilmaz is away. Up against Taha. It bounces off of him again to the feet of Zane. There's no one in the centre really for Zane to aim for. He plays the ball square. Lemina towards the near side. It's Jakobs who has it. Now to the feet of Gundogan. Every single player is inside the Göztepe half at the moment. Gundogan to the near side. Singo to the touchline now with Jakobs. Back it goes down the line to Singo. Gundogan acting almost as a sweeper, defensive back. Switches the play out to the far side. Boe infield to Gabriel Sara. And again it comes out to the near side. Singo plays to the touchline. Coming off of it is Jakobs, playing it backwards again towards Shakir. And here it is, Uğurcan Shakir. Stuttered for a moment before clearing his lines. In the direction of Salai. Hooked away again by Heliton. Bounces around inside the Galatasaray half. 20 minutes to go. It's still Göztepe 1, Galatasaray 2. Lemina stumbles forward and he's won a free kick. And he's taken it quickly with a switch of play towards the far side. Boe in a lot of space. He can send Zane through instead. Yilmaz took over the ball and I think that was a wrong decision. Galatasaray still have it though after the clearance from Göztepe. Boe onto Yilmaz on the far side. Comes to a standstill before playing it to Zane. Played backwards again to Davinson Sanchez. And Lemina towards the near side. Jakobs with fresh legs. Looks for the give and go with Gundogan. Instead, the German keeps hold of it. Gundogan plays it back to Singo. He goes back across to his centre-half partner, Sanchez. Into the centre circle, Lemina looked away for a second there and almost lost possession. But here's Sanchez once more. Again coming to a standstill. Two Göztepe players putting the pressure on. Now back it goes to Uğurcan Shakir. Striding outside of his penalty area again before chipping it long towards the near side. But there's no one in the black shirt to pick that up. That's going to be a throw-in on the near side, which Kurtulan is going to take. We're going to see a change coming for Göztepe. Are they going to enable that change now? We're waiting for confirmation from the referee. He's not going to let it happen because Kurtulan has taken a long throw-in down the line. Looking for Yanderson. Headed up and away by Galatasaray. Taken down though by Dennis. Plays it out to the far side. Now in possession of Czerny, the left wing-back, against Boe. Has to turn back, play it backwards to Taha. In possession of Miroshi. On it goes to Czerny again. And back at the feet of Taha Altikadres. Long ball forward looking for the run of Kurtulan. And I think Shakir and Singo got into a bit of a mix-up there. Bounces out for a throw-in on the near side. Kurtulan just getting the police to move their chairs out of the way. But before he can do that, we are going to see that Göztepe substitution. Efkan Bekiroglu is going to be the player to be withdrawn. And Alexis Antunes is going to come on in his place. So a straight swap in the number 10 position for Göztepe. Long throw in then from Kurtulan. Right on the 6-yard box. Headed clear by Singo. Back out to Kurtulan on the near side. Left-footed cross in from the right back. It's a header into towards the bottom corner. But Shakir is there again. And he rolls it out quickly because Zane can use his pace over on the far side. Driving with it. He's got numbers forward, Leroy Zane. Slows down a touch and now has to really slow things down, allowing Goztepe to regroup. Sara pokes it backwards to Lemina. Goztepe have managed to get every single player back in position. Played on to Sara. Gundogan turns it back in field. Lemina scouring for an option before playing it out for Sanchez. Boe plays it out to the touchline. On the far side, it's Leroy Sané waiting for the overlapping run from Boe. That's a superb sliding challenge from Czerny, and it goes behind for a corner. Right in front of the travelling support for Galatasaray. They haven't had much to shout about in this second half, because it's been all Goztepe with 15 minutes to go. This game is definitely in the balance. It's going to be an in-swinging corner from the far side by Gabriel Sara. He lifts his right arm in the air, swings it in left-footed on the 6-yard box, and it's headed in! Into the bottom corner by Mario Lemina, and Galatasaray regain the 2-goal advantage. And after all the pressure from the home side, it's one corner onto the head of Lemina that silences the home crowd. And Galatasaray are back in control once again. Goztepe 1, Galatasaray 3. And all of a sudden, you can hear a pin drop in the Gürsel Axel Stadium. Free header for Mario Lemina to score his first goal of the season. Least rooted to the spot once again. Heads it back in towards the direction he came from, and he runs over to the bench to celebrate. Big goal for Galatasaray. And an absolute sucker punch for Goztepe as they get things back underway, trailing by 3-1 now. Long ball forward from Alan Godoy is headed clear by Davinson Sanchez. Nodded down towards Gundogan. Taken down instead by Dennis. Under pressure from Salai. Referee's going to blow for a free kick, which Dennis plays quickly. Miroshi's going to switch it over towards the far side. Czerny takes it down. Up against Gabriel Sara. Plays the ball in field again. Here's Dennis to his midfield partner Miroshi. Goztepe need another moment of magic. On the edge of the D, it's Antunes shifting away from danger. He went down. The referee saw nothing wrong with it. And now all of a sudden Galatasaray are coming forward. Sané tried to play Yilmaz in there, but a good interception sends Goztepe the other way. Driving down the far side, it's Juan. Reverse ball into the middle. Antunes out to the far side. Chipped in by Czerny. In towards Yanderson, but the header is weak. And Uğurcan Çakır can saunter over to pick up the ball and calm things down for Galatasaray. Another look here at the foul that Antunes was claiming. There wasn't much contact in that one, so a good decision in the end from the referee. Here is Wilfred Singo. Plays it out to the near side with Jacobs. A couple of paces away from the halfway line on the near side again. Here is Salah just dragging the ball backwards with him as he goes back to Wilfred Singo. And now here is Çakır on the edge of his own D. Under no real pressure before fizzing one into the goal scorer Lemina. Sanchez will play it forward looking for Yilmaz. Headed away by Taha. Taken down now by Antunes. On the turn, it's played on to Yanderson. Now here's Godoy. Plays it to the near side, Kurtulan. Driving back infield from the touchline under a lot of pressure from Salah. A strike out at the face there, and it's gone the other way. The referees awarded a free kick to Galatasaray instead of the home side. Arda Okan Kurtulan felt a hand to the face, but the referee felt that Salah was impeded by the right back. So the free kick goes the way of the visitors, and the visitors themselves are going to make a change. İlkay Gundogan is going to come off now, and it's going to be a straight swap in midfield as Lucas Torreira comes on. the Uruguayan international. Gundogan, who was the key architect for the second goal for Galatasaray, will take his leave as Göztepe are going to make a double substitution themselves. So Yanderson is going to be replaced, and on comes Jay, another Brazilian forward for Göztepe, a straight swap up front. And another change, we'll see Anthony Dennis come off in the centre of the park, and on comes the Bulgarian midfielder Filip Krastev. So that's a more attacking midfielder coming on to replace the defensive midfielder, and a straight swap up front as Uğurcan Çakır clears his lines. It's a bit too far for Zane to keep in play. So a throw in on the far side for Göztepe as we hit the final 10 minutes of the game in Izmir. A lot of concerned faces amongst the Göztepe fans, having been all over Galatasaray in the second half. They've been hit with a sucker punch that's really kicked the atmosphere out of the stadium. Torreira gets his first touch of the ball. He went down, but nothing was given by the referee. Godoy plays it across to Taha, chipping one forward, the Turkish centre-half, towards the far side. Czerny's going to keep hold of this, is he? No, it's a little bit too far for the left-back to keep in play. Now it goes for a Galatasaray throw-in on the far side. Boe to Torreira against three Göztepe players. He's lost out here, and Jay's going to have space here to play it to Kurtulan, but the touch is poor from Kurtulan, and he's out of position now. Solai drives forward, brings Jakobs into play. That's a loose ball though from the Senegalese international, and Kurtulan comes back the other way, driving down the near side with the ball. Kurtulan, low ball into the edge of the D. Jay is there with a strike, but he's sliding as he hits it, and it's blocked by Wilfred Singo. Danger still not averted, and then a free kick is awarded. A delayed reaction there from Alper Akarsu gives a free kick to Galatasaray right on the near side touchline, directly in front of the Göztepe coaching staff. There's a bit touch and go between himself and Antunes there, Salai. But the referee awards the free kick to the visitors, much to the dismay of the home side. Roland Salai definitely could have had a brace today. Couldn't quite find the net, as Mateusz Lich was strong with a couple of saves in the first half. Çakır is going to send this free kick very long, headed away by Godoy. Bounced on the head of Lemina. Torreira getting a nudge in the back, prods it out to Zane on the far side. Play to Torreira again. Back it goes to the right back Boe. Infield to Sara. Heavy touch though from the Brazilian, and he's lost out here. And now a chance for Antunes to drive forward. Has options left and right. Antunes plays it left. Here is Jay. Edge of the D. Shifts onto his right foot. Curls one towards the bottom corner, but it was drifting wide of the post. And another chance goes begging for Göztepe. I think Antunes waited a bit too long to play that pass. If he played it right, I think Juan had a better opportunity to score. But he went left. Jay had his opportunity there, but couldn't quite curl it into the bottom corner. And it is going to be another goal kick for Galatasaray, as Çakır will play it short to the feet of Zane, who's come very deep to pick it up, and he's lost it very high up the pitch, poked on by Jay. He has a shot at goal, but the shot is deflected and weak and into the hands of the goalkeeper. Again, Galatasaray are playing with fire here, but fortunately for them, they're not getting burnt because Göztepe can't quite find the back of the net. Long ball then from Çakır, looking for Sara. It's poked away, picked up by Yilmaz, but he couldn't bring it under control. Out it goes to the far side, Miroshi. The ball is fizzed back towards Taha. Played back in field now and lumped long by Lich. Aim for Juan. It bounces inside the Galatasaray half. Taken down by Juan again, but it's a good touch there from Jakobs. Torreira couldn't clear his lines. And now here come Goztepe again. Czerny pokes it out wide. Here's Jay. Edge of the 18-yard box. Plays it out again. Miroshi. He has a go, and that's always going wide of the post. Poor decision there from Notaus Miroshi. Gets that all wrong. Golden opportunity for Filip Kratsev in the end, actually, rather than Jay. And now we're going to see a further double change for Galatasaray. And we're going to see Leroy Sané be withdrawn. His ball in the 5th minute was inch perfect on the head of Barış Alper Yilmaz. And he gave Galatasaray the start that they needed. He's going to be replaced by Mauro Icardi, the top goal scorer in the Super League for Galatasaray, with 13 goals to his name. He's going to come on, and so too is Kaan Ayhan for the visitors, and off goes Roland Salai at right back. So a shift in the formation with another defender coming onto the pitch. Or Kaan Ayhan playing as a defensive midfielder rather than a centre-back. And Icardi is going to be the main threat up front. Icardi's gone down here, clutching his nose. The play continues on. That's a loose ball, though, from the centre-half. Heliton instead will clear his lines. And now here come Goztepe, near side. It's Krastev. Pokes it out to the byline. It's a low ball in from Kurtulan, and it's going to deflect off of Torreira behind for a corner. Mauro Icardi came on and took over the captain's armband. Got a hand to the face there from, I believe that was Heliton, the Brazilian centre-half. Nothing given by the referee, so play went on. It's going to be a corner here for Goztepe. Near side will be taken by Alexis Antunes. It's an outswinger. It's a thumping header from Heliton. I think he had more time than he thought. He heads it over the bar. And another opportunity goes begging for Goztepe. Heliton charging in on Mauro Icardi. Both of them having previous already in this game, with Icardi just being on the pitch for a mere moment. Long ball pumped forward then, and Lich came out of his area. Didn't clear his lines, but fortunately for him, his defenders were there to deal with the danger. And now an overlapping run made by Jay, but he can't keep the ball in play over on that far side. He's going to be throwing for Galatasaray in the final 3.5 minutes. Another chance to look at the long ball from Shakir. It's been a dangerous tactic that Galatasaray have employed with that long ball from Ugurcan Shakir, forcing Lis to come out and sort of deal with the danger. He didn't quite do so, but his defenders were there to help him out. Throw in for Galatasaray over on the far side. Kaan Ayhan has gone over to take it. Down the line with Boe. Loses out though to Zasha Boe. And Galatasaray will concede the throw in on the far side. Their fans are in a joyous mood at the moment, because they know they're going 4 points clear at the top of the Super League tonight. Drilled forward towards Icardi. He brought it down momentarily. Torreira couldn't recover though. Chipped forward by Heliton towards the far side channel. Headed on by Jay. It bounces off of Juan, and it's going to trickle slowly out of play for a goal kick. And all of a sudden the energy levels of Goztepe have dropped, and you can feel that energy also being zapped out of the stadium as Galatasaray are just managing this game now towards the final whistle. Goztepe fans still look on as Shakir will kick it long again towards the near side channel. Yilmaz went up for it. Second ball won by Jakobs, bouncing around inside the Göztepe half. It bounces towards Lige's goal and it's poked away by Heliton. Alan Godoy has got Yilmaz for company. He's kept it in play there. He's done well, Alan Godoy. Long ball forward looking for one of the strikers. It's going to bounce through here for Juan on the edge of the D. Couldn't get it out of his feet though. And Galatasaray could come away with it. But their blemishes will be saved regardless as the flag goes up for offside against Juan. Though looking at it, it doesn't look offside there. Perhaps it was the opposite striker Jay that was picking the attention of the linesman. Now the referee has brandished a yellow card. I believe this has gone to Okan Buruk. He's laughing a lot on the near side touchline, now having a word with the fourth official, Melih Aldemir. And the referee had the yellow card in his hand before running away from the near side touchline, so I can only imagine it's a yellow card shown to the manager. We've got 30 seconds left of the 90 as a long ball is pumped forward by Çakır. Over the head of Yilmaz. It's going to go out for a throw-in on the near side. Kurtulan wanted to take it quickly, but there's no option really in a yellow and red striped shirt to aim for. Surging down the line before throwing a long one over halfway. Bounces around inside the Gala half. It's a loose ball though from Singo. Picked up here by Czerny, driving forward. Played to the feet of Jay. Flag stays down for the moment. Shifted now on to Krastev. But the pass is really poor from Krastev. And it will go harmlessly through to Uğurcan Çakır, who will wait for the Göztepe player to come towards him and pick up the ball as we go into 3 added minutes at the end of this game. The yellow card incidentally was shown to Barış Alper Yilmaz rather than Okan Buruk. Couldn't quite see that from the pictures. But that is a yellow card for Yilmaz. Foul there on Sasha Boe. I think it was a slightly raised foot from Alexis Antunes on the French defender. He was slightly raised there by the Swiss midfielder. So it's going to be a free kick for the visitors. And Gabriel Sara is in no real rush to take this. You can imagine they'll take a few more seconds off the clock as the ball goes out to the far side with Ayhan. Shifts it into the penalty area. Cleared away only as far as Sara, who stabs the ball away. Picked up by Torreira. Sara on the edge of the box will chip it in towards the back post. Down went Yilmaz very, very softly, and that's going to roll on out for a goal kick. Felt maybe the right arm of Kurtulan on his way down, and seen a replay of why Barış Alper Yilmaz got the yellow card. He was pretty vocal in his displeasure that the ball wasn't ruled out of play a moment or so ago. So that's where the yellow card came from. That's why Okan Buruk was laughing, because he was in disbelief at the decision as well, by the looks of it. Into the final of the 3 added minutes. Göztepe have fought very hard in this game, but they've just been unlucky at times, as Barış Alper Yilmaz has it on the near side, trying to take it beyond Kurtulan. He's gone down, and he's going to concede the free kick. In fact, he fouled Arda Okan Kurtulan, and Yilmaz is still down, clutching his right ankle here as we enter the final 30 seconds of the game. And this result will see Galatasaray extend that lead to the chasing pack to 4 points in the Turkish Super League. Play is back underway with Miroshi shifting the ball out towards the far side. This is surely going to be the last attack of the game. Chipped in by Czerny towards the back post, but Uğurcan Çakır gracefully claims the ball. A glance at the watch from the referee Alper Akarsu. He will blow the whistle now, point to the centre circle, and call end to what has been a brilliant game of football in Izmir. Barış Alper Yılmaz gave Galatasaray the lead in the 5th minute of the game. İlkay Gündoğan's deflected cross off of Alan Godoy gave them the second as they went into half-time 2-0. But Göztepe started the second half on fire as Juan headed into the bottom corner, and Göztepe were all over Galatasaray up until the 75th minute when a corner from Gabriel Sara found the free head of Mario Lemina, who backed his first goal of the season with that header, and that was the clinching goal for Galatasaray, who extend their lead at the top of the Super League to 4 points ahead of Fenerbahce and Trabzonspor. Göztepe, meanwhile, are 6 points adrift of the European football places with the defeat tonight. It's finished at the Gürsel Aksel Stadium in Izmir. Göztepe 1, Galatasaray 3.